of the William Hill Poker Grand Prix. 8 more players are vying for a place in the grand final and a shot at the £175,000 first prize. Let's see who they are. In seat 1, Ram Vaswani.
I've been playing pretty well the last few months, I think. I don't play as many tournaments as I used to. The tournaments are a lot harder these days, so it's a lot harder to get results. But I'm coming to this tournament feeling good.
In seat 2, satellite qualifier Sami Yusuf.
I'm an insurance broker, and poker's just a part-time hobby at the moment. First time I'm coming up against players like this, but to beat the best, you've got to be the best.
In seat 3, Ben Grundy.
I play quite a lot of one-table tournaments online and stuff, and the structure seems pretty good. It's a tough lineup. I'm just hoping to play good, and if the cards fall my way, I'm sure I'll do pretty well.
In seat 4, John Duffy.
What will these players think about me? I imagine that they come to the table thinking that I am capable of doing anything. And therefore, I have to be quite careful of that, because I always come to a table with a bit of a reputation. So, I will probably overplay my big hands and see what happens.
In seat 5, online qualifier Shelley Mullet.
I played on an online competition on a William Hill tournament. I have not a clue at that time what it involved. I just thought it sounds like fun, I'll take part in this. And only after I've won it did I realize, after reading the small print, that I'm actually going to be playing against 44 professionals under television cameras.
In seat 6, Antonio Esfandiari.
I'm having a great year, not so much in poker, but in life in general. I live in America, I can shower in the morning, I have a great family, life is good. I haven't been playing too much poker because I have other things going on, other businesses and things like that. So I've only played a few tournaments this whole year, actually. But I have been playing good when I do play. So hopefully I can take this one now.
In seat 7, JP Kelly.
I've won a few poker tournaments around the country. I haven't broken onto the European scene yet, but in this country I've got a good record of winning final tables, and a few people have judged me as a good player for the future.
And in seat 8, Keith Hawkins.
I've been playing online a lot this year because I look after my son, who was born at the end of last year. I've been playing a lot of tournaments online, and not many live tournaments, but had a very good year online.
Joining me is yet another of poker's top professionals. It's Barney Boatman.
Evening, Vicky.
Good evening. Your teammate at the Hendon Mob, Ram Vaswani's in action tonight.
Yeah, I expect to see him making a lot of the action, Vicky.
But here we're seeing Sami Yusuf, who qualified in a tournament at the Sportsman Casino in London. And he's unafraid to get stuck in with a King Jack.
What was a great hand for Shelley Mullet to find. It's only a small re-raise. She does want the action.
Yeah, well, this is our 2 qualifiers going head-to-head. Shelley qualified on the William Hill website. Not sure if I was Sammy, I would be calling Shelley's re-raise so early
Well, she's priced him in, and this is a very dodgy flop for Yusuf.
Bet 1,000.
Make it 3.
He asked a question, he got the answer. Will he understand what he heard?
Yeah, this is where I think people are quicker to believe that women have real hands when they play in this way. It's certainly something that I've used myself when bluffing, Barney, and I think here that would be part of his thinking. She doesn't look like a bluffer.
Well, she re-raised before the flop from a first position raise. He bet out on that flop and she raised. There's nothing really that he could be beating at that point.
Look at that delight on Shelley's face. I think she's very lovely. I hope she wins it, and I'm not afraid to say so.
It would be absolutely delightful to see.
Well, she's gone chip leader, but I guess you can't always be finding aces. Action now is going to be on the Magician, Antonio Esfandiari. He passes.
Trust women. Very slippery.
Is this just a call, Barney, from JP Kelly?
It is. Well, JP Kelly has won everything there is to win in this country in the last year or so.
Yeah, it's been an amazing start. You know, 2 years ago, nobody had heard of JP Kelly. Now it seems he's been winning things everywhere.
He has allowed 3 players in with all sorts of random cards against his ace-queen.
Thank you. I'm doing all the work. Thank you.
4 players in.
You've got the longest arm.
Yeah, John Duffy's always happy when he's got something like 2-3.
Yes, I'm surprised he didn't raise it. It's the nuts for him. But 8s and 6s for Ben Grundy.
Yeah, but it's Keith Hawkins with the up-and-down straight draw who's having a go.
Well, it's a horrible kind of flop to hit for Ben Grundy. It looks good 2-pair, but there's so many players in there. I think he needs to raise and protect his hand. Find out where he stands. Yeah, this is good play by Grundy.
Pass. Pass.
Yeah, you're right, Barney. He's done exactly that. He's frightened to give a free card on a flop like that.
I don't think Keith Hawkins has really got enough of this because he hasn't got the flush draw. He could make a straight and lose. But he's confident. I guess with the 9, he knows that if the 10 comes, he'll have the absolute nuts. Ooh, it's kind of a scary card for both of them, really, Vicky.
Check.
Yeah, I mean, Keith could almost steal it off Ben Grundy here.
Well, they've probably both got enough of it to check it out. Although Keith has smelt a bit of weakness here. He's wondering, did Grundy raise with something like a flush draw?
Bet 600.
Yes, that's a small enough bet for
It's a stopper bet, really. He doesn't really expect Grundy to pass if he's got something, but he doesn't want to face a bigger bet and have to decide whether he's calling a bluff from a missed flush draw. Very intelligent bluff by Hawkins. But I think Grundy, it's the right price. Grundy will call this, surely.
I think he must call, 600 to win 2,800 with 2-pair.
He's not a scared player, but he's a very thoughtful player.
Wow.
Oh.
Well, that is a very big pass and a nice pot for Keith Hawkins. People won't have seen him much on television before, Barney, but he really is one of the best players in the country, I think, Keith.
Absolutely he is, and he recently had a huge result in what he considers to be the best tournament in Europe. That's the Master Classics of Poker, where he came very, very close.
Probably my game plan today, especially on such an aggressive table, would probably be play quite tight early and lull them into a full sense of security. But who knows? Who knows what? You can only play the cards you dealt aces first hand, and it all goes in first hand. Who knows?
Yes, it's all in the hands of the dealers. Stevie is dealing at the moment, and that tall figure at the back is Thomas Kremser, the tournament director.
What's the deal with all those condominiums? Everywhere I look, there's all these condominiums with your face on them. Pass.
Is Ram being unusually quiet tonight?
Ram does have gears, he'll tell you that if you care to listen. He could be patient for 10 minutes at a stretch.
Well, this is a huge hand for John Duthie.
Here's a man who doesn't know the meaning of the word patience.
Call.
Or pass most of the time.
Oh, well, this is an unfortunate hand to be behind him. 2 big clubs. But I've got to say, John Duthie is such an exciting player to watch. He really will do anything.
I thought we left him. Only heads up. Okay. Continue.
It looks nuts, but I've played at the same table with him, and I can tell you it can be terrifying.
Very short arm. Thank you. Well, the table's big, should I say, actually. It's not very fair to say that Stevie's got short arms. 3 players.
Well,
Check.
Antonio can't believe his luck, and John Duffy likely to have one stab at this as the raiser.
Bet 750.
I hope for John's sake that he knows to switch off once Antonio showed some interest in the pot.
Call.
Well, that's that call. Maybe he's trying to represent a flush draw, but On a paired board, it should signal danger, shouldn't it?
Unless John hits a middle pin straight on the river, I don't think he's going to be giving Antonio any more of his chips, Vicky.
Well, the magician offers an escape route by betting out.
John would love to make a play, but this would be a very, very wrong time to do it.
Well, he's thinking about the middle pin straight draw. He's not to know that would be no good.